Alright, new meta's here. It's it's a weird one. Okay, so the big node is this Eldritch. I'm not even gonna try to say it. This Scar node, where like whenever a Mystic champion nullifies a buff, they inflict a 30% neutralized passive, and whenever a buff fails, you gain a burst of power. So it's a Mystic meta essentially, because there's also Personal Space Fury, where whenever you stand close to the defender, they get a 10% Fury buff, and like when you're away, it falls off. But it also has overwhelming odds, where the defender gains plus 25% attack per buff. However, there is another thing, and there is the Saga boost. So any Saga champion gains plus 10% health and attack, and this applies to the defenders of like the Saga category, like for example Bullseye or Adam Warlock, and it applies to like the Mystic and Mutant champions as well. So yeah, these are the main nodes for the victory track, and I want to like just make a victory track guide because you have to do it to get the Nightcrawler Runestone. So yeah, just want to make this victory track guide, and let's go to the best attackers and defenders. So the best attackers are of course the Saga Mystics like Kushala, Werewolf by Night, and the Hood, but also regular Mystic characters with like good buff control, for example Tigra or Juggernaut, and honestly like the usual counters to anti-science champions, because there's going to be a lot of science defenders to try to, you know, neutralize the Mystic attackers. So like Black Cat, Mantis should all do pretty dang well too. So yeah, keep that in mind, that you might expect like some photons, some things as well maybe, so you want to be prepared for that, because people like won't place cosmic defenders because it's like a Mystic meta, right? So like get your Black Cats, get your Mantises, Mantis. Guys, I don't know the plural. Just get your skill champions. And for the best defenders, it's just like the usuals. There's like no nodes that really enhance the defenders like big time, except for the extra attack per buff. So like Red Skull, for example, might be crazy with this like massive amounts of armor up. Nick Fury with that like, you know, big Fury already, plus a bonus attack rating might be honestly pretty scary. So yeah, just keep in mind that the block damage for some champions might just be really annoying, and you know, just build off of that for defense probably. Like try to get some nullify immune champions that just have a lot of buffs, or maybe get some champions that just you know, have base block penetration to just add on to that. You know, build your defense around that. But then again, like the usual champions like Sasquatch, Killmonger, Nick Fury, I already said him, Future Ant-Man, like they're gonna still do great things because it's like kind of a nuke meta. So yeah, like the usual attackers like, you know, Sunspot, Syl, Hulkling, Juggernaut, and the usual defenders like Sasquatch, Photon, Nick Fury, Future Ant-Man, Domino, like they're just gonna still stay relevant. But like, I guess for some bonus defense, any champion with like a ton of buffs, like I said, or just any champion that will benefit off that increased attack rating. So yeah, also, big reminder to use your Saga champions for the extra 10% boost. But that's about it for this victory track. It honestly feels like a nothing meta, unfortunately, so just prepare your best champions, and I wish you luck on getting those Nightcrawler Runestones. Alright, it's gameplay time. Werewolf by Night is pretty good for this meta because he is a Saga champion, and additionally, on his SP2 he gets increased like bonus damage per buff on the opponent. So yeah, pretty great stuff for Werewolf by Night. He's honestly just, he's gotten so popular, and it's so well deserved. He's such a good champion, and yeah, he is just a beast on attack. His damage output is just so nice, and he's also just really fast as well. And yeah, here he drops the SP1, no big deal. And yeah, I activate my Chilling Howl, and he now has the Rock Field active, so I just have to wait that out. And once I do that, it is showtime. So yeah, here we're about to enter the curse of, like, we're gonna enter the curse. We do some pretty good damage, and yeah, the matchup is pretty much over now. Very clean fight, full yellow bar, and the Saga boost just did a ton of work, because if the boost wasn't a thing, I would have lost that matchup. Keep that in mind. That is insane to think about, right? Because it was just super close. And here we have another Saga champion, which is Adam Warlock. And oh my gosh, Adam Warlock is just broken beyond belief. Like, I just can't explain it. He is such a powerful character, and he is just so slept on. Like, I think he deserves to be like in the top dogs of the cosmic class category, because look how crazy this fight is. Like, this man just slaps. Like, it is unreal. And he just works for so many different fights as well, because like his damage output is just so hard to stop. And yeah, that was Ascended Jessica Jones in 35 seconds. That is unreal. That is simply just insane stuff. And here, this is like a non-saga character, but you know what? You're gonna have to use some non-saga champions for like some of these defenders. But I know what you're thinking. Yeah, why are you showing this random Human Torch matchup? Well, is it to show that he's better than Scorpion? Perhaps. Am I that bitter? Absolutely. I think that Human Torch is still the GOAT, and if you disagree, the door is that way. You can't see where I'm pointing, but you know, it's that way. I'm kind of kidding. You know, I think Scorpion is, of course, like, you know, Scorpion, but also Human Torch. He deserves so much more love right now. He is still such a beast. This is a rank 3 Sasquatch, by the way. A rank 3 Sasquatch, and it's going to be done in like 55 seconds. Now, Scorpion is against a rank 2 Sasquatch, so he is at an advantage there, but Human Torch is just a beast. Like, this damage output is genuinely just silly, man. And yeah, 55 seconds, rank 3 Sasquatch, and we get the dub, because yeah, Human Torch, he is the GOAT, and he will always be the GOAT because he is just simply too good for this game. But here we have some Juggernaut gameplay. Rank 3 Atuma right here. This is a beefy Atuma, and Juggernaut kind of just shreds it, man, because yeah, he's Juggernaut, and this is like his meta as well, so it's a really fun time. Juggernaut will probably be like a permanently banned character for like the most part for you, but when you can use him, he's gonna just destroy stuff big time. So here I dropped the SP2, and yeah, look at that damage. You love to see it. And he's just wrecking this Atuma. I get hit. It's fine. Juggernaut, he can take it. And yeah, I drop it again. Nice crit right there. And then I get a bug. So that's hilarious. And this is for the Maestro haters. You know you're out there. Look at this beast. Look at this absolute machine, man. I love Maestro for any tech character. He just stomps any tech champion, like with absolute ease. He is so good for these tech characters. Of course, my Maestro's rank 3, but you know what? That's just because he deserves it, you know? He is like one of the best defenders in the game, but like when it comes to attack as well, against these like pesky tech characters, he just wipes the floor with them. It is so satisfying. But yeah, I have like a big Maestro series planned, but this is just like a bit of a sneak peek, and look how crazy this is, man. Just crushing it, absolutely crushing it. Nice SP2 right there, and this matchup is pretty much over. Just so satisfying. And yeah, this was like a 50-second fight, I think, for an Ascended feature Ant-Man. Honestly, very good stuff. And that was like a full yellow bar too, pretty much. But yeah, just random fights I wanted to show real quick, because I was pretty proud of them. And yeah, just want to, you know, say my thoughts on some of these champions. But yeah, this meta, pretty much just like a nuke fest. Use your best attackers, use your best defenders. Some champions get a bonus like Juggernaut and Kushala, but some champions are just, you know, still the same, like Sunspot and Silk, and other champions might be better on defense like Red Skull and Nick Fury, as well as Maestro. So yeah, it's a pretty like odd meta, but it also is pretty standard too. Let me know your thoughts on it, and I wish you the best of luck on getting those Nightcrawler Runestones. And yeah, that's about it for me.